Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Visibility Unlocked. In this season 3, we have been talking all about visibility, where I've been sharing with you my philosophy, my own personal visibility story, and even sharing with you my 3-layer framework of market presence, client presence, and inner presence. Now, if this is your first time tuning in, I'm going to let you know that you can absolutely listen to this episode and be able to follow along. However, I'm going to encourage you to go back to episode 25, which is the start of season 3, and catch up to this episode so that you get the full picture of what we're talking about with visibility specifically. Today, we're going to dive into right versus wrong visibility. If you have been tuning in, then you've heard me drop these terms kind of here and there. So today I'm going to lay out exactly what is the difference between the two, how to know when you are in the right versus wrong visibility, and what to do about it when you are showing up in the wrong visibility. So let me share that this is pretty simple and it's very clear. Right visibility is when you are honoring the way that you are designed to show up and be seen. And wrong visibility is when you are not honoring how you are designed to show up and be seen. And just as simple as defining right versus wrong visibility is, it's also just as simple to diagnose whether you are experiencing right versus wrong visibility. So let's start with the symptoms of being in the wrong visibility. If you are attracting the wrong clients or no clients at all, you have inconsistent income. You are simply just being inconsistent online because you are stressed out or you have anxiety about showing up. You don't feel very confident in showing up online. You feel overwhelmed. I don't know what to post online, or I don't know how to post online what it is that I'm here to share. You start to doubt yourself that you know enough or are smart enough or experienced enough. And therefore you're experiencing procrastination because you just got to get it right. If I revise it just one more time, then it'll sound better. All of these are symptoms of being in the wrong visibility. Now, if you are experiencing these symptoms, I want to let you know that there is nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. You simply are just not aware of what your right visibility is. So how do you know when you are experiencing the right visibility? Well, it's pretty simple. It's pretty much the exact opposite of the symptoms of wrong visibility. You feel confident. You feel inspired. You know exactly what you want to say and how you want to say it. And you're not so concerned with making sure that it fits into a certain template that the most followed social media manager is telling you to write your hooks and your captions by. You are more consistent with showing up, whatever that consistency looks like for you. You are attracting the right clients. You have consistent income. And you feel more abundant and in flow overall. Sounds pretty amazing to be in the right visibility, doesn't it? So as I mentioned, diagnosing if you are in the right versus the wrong visibility is pretty darn easy. You can do that yourself. So the real question then becomes, well, how do I uncover my right visibility? It's clear that I am in the wrong visibility because I'm experiencing one, two, or all of these symptoms. So how do I make the shift from the wrong visibility to the right? Now, chances are you have probably invested in coaches or mentors, maybe even some courses that teach you how to create social media content. Maybe you've even invested in a social media manager to do your content for you because you kept experiencing all these symptoms and you're like, I just don't have time for this, but I also know the value of creating visibility online. And here's something that I wish all of these gurus and experts would stop saying. And that is, this is the best way. This is how you go viral. This is how you create visibility. By implementing my framework, by implementing what I do, by showing up the same way that I am. Because what this really is putting you inside of their visibility box. Well, you are not them. So it's no guarantee that when you implement what was successful for them, that you are going to experience that same success or any success at all. Maybe you experience a little bit of success. But the chances that you are going to see the same results that they are, unless you are them, it's just not going to happen. And that's when the doubt really starts to come in. That's when the frustration, the irritation, the bitterness all starts to settle in, because you're sitting here saying, I'm investing, I'm doing the work, I'm putting in the effort, and I'm not getting back what I was promised or what I expected to get back. And it's no wonder you're showing up in a way that you are not designed to be seen. So instead, I wish that they would say, this is what I did. This is what worked for me. Because this little shift instead inspires people to go find their way of doing it, rather than subconsciously saying, follow me and find success. Do exactly as I do or as I did, or what I'm telling you to do, what I think you should do based off of my own experience. That's not inspiring. That's putting you into a box. And you're literally starting to see this shift online where people have had enough. They're tired of following other people and doing exactly what it is that they are doing, and are looking to find their own way of doing it. They are finally leaning into that feeling of, I know that you're telling me that this is the best way to do it, but that doesn't feel good to me. That doesn't feel right for me. They're starting to honor that and say, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to find my own way. Maybe you've experienced this too. But the question is how do you find your way, your right visibility? And this is where human design comes into play. Human design is the science of differentiation. It is literally an energetic map that shows you what makes you you, makes you different from everybody else. It is a personal development tool that shows us how our energy operates, how we best interact with the world so that we become seen, we become heard. It shows us how we best make decisions that are best for us, how we tune in and listen to our intuition. This is the tool that I started using not long after I flew across country and had a one-on-one with a mentor that I deeply admired, that absolutely refused to see me for who I was and what I was trying to do, and instead told me to do everything his way and guaranteed that I would see results. And when I implemented those, just to test it out one more time, just to see if this time would be a little bit different than it had been in the past, and I got zero results. I heard absolute crickets. And that is when I decided enough is enough. I am tired of following everybody else. I need to shut out the world externally. And I did. I completely shut everything out. I talk all about this in one of the previous episodes. I'll drop that link down in the show notes. But that's what set me on my journey of uncovering what is my best visibility map. And this is where I really started to lean into human design. So by uncovering how my energy works, my strategy, which is how you best interact with the world, my authority, which is how you best make your decisions, and specifically your profile lines, which are known as your personality traits. But your profile lines literally show you what your authority or how you are seen as an authority for. And so when I started to implement my strategy, which as a generator is to respond to things, then coming up with content ideas became so much easier. There was literally no thought process that I had to put into it. It became abundantly clear what my topics were going to be about. So now that I know the topics that I'm going to create content and messaging on, I filter them through my profile lines, which is how I'm designed to be seen. All of a sudden, my content started to land. People started to tune in. They started to follow. They started to comment. They started to inquire. They started to hire. I suddenly started to become seen as an expert in visibility with human design. I wasn't just a brand photographer anymore. And this is the magic that happens with my clients when we do a human design reading. Because this is exactly what we uncover. We look at how your energy operates, your strategy, your authority, and your profile lines, and we create a visibility map for you. This isn't a situation where it's like, I think that you should do this, or this was the best way that worked for me, what created inspiration and flow and creativity and ease in my creation of content and messaging and all of the things that I've been doing to create visibility both online and in person. I am literally looking at this from an unbiased place because I'm using your human design chart to dictate what your best path is. And this, my friends, is the difference in doing a human design reading in comparison to hiring a coach or a mentor that doesn't take you and how you are designed to operate into consideration and only bases their suggestion for you off of their own experience of what has worked for them. And this is literally what I'm talking about when I say lead your visibility from the inside out. It's not just about how you see yourself, but it is about leaning into how you are designed to be seen and to show up in the world. So if you keep experiencing the symptoms of wrong visibility, which is burnout, which is anxiety, which is stress, which is not feeling confident, which is it feels really hard. Maybe it feels hollow. Maybe it just doesn't feel like you, or it doesn't feel good, but your mind and society around you is sitting here saying that, but this is the way to do it. And you know deep down inside, you can feel it right now. If this is what you're experiencing, you know that it's time to do something completely different. And that is exactly what I'm offering to you in a human design reading. I'm going to drop a link down in the show notes for you to learn more about a reading and to book one today with me. And until then, let's lead our visibility from the inside out. Most conversations about being seen stop at how you market yourself. Here at Visibility Unlocked, we crack open the 3 layers of visibility: market, client, and inner presence. Because without all 3, you're in the wrong visibility. And wrong visibility is just as bad as none. If you've been putting a lot of effort into showing up and still aren't seeing the results you desire, then you know it's time for a different approach. So hit subscribe, because that's exactly what the show is here to give you. And if you're finding value here, please leave a review so others can find their way to their right visibility too. Please note that the information shared in this podcast is not intended as legal, health, or financial advice and is for entertainment purposes only. If you are looking for professional advice in any of these areas, please seek out a local professional. Thank you for being here, and until next time, lead your visibility from the inside out.